Anybody coming over? Hello, there's one person over. How you doing? Who are you? 2 over, 3 over. Good lads, thank you. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Wouldn't let me turn it. Hello, Trev, open stuff. How you doing? Don't know your name, Trev, but if you've got a channel, let me know and I'll go to it. Paul, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you here. Nice to see you here. How yous are coming in now? Sorry about last week, by the way. Hello, Mal, Matt. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever we are. I think it's afternoon here. I'm here every week. Yeah, I sort of know your name, but have you got a channel as such, Trev? A YouTube channel. Sorry, Trevor. I didn't make that abundantly clear at all. Rob, how you doing? Williams Knife Life. Hello, Mr. Dinosaur Man. How are you? I hope you're well, big lad. Now, are you coming in now, rightly? Hello, Norman. Nice to see you here. Anybody getting you knives this week? If so, let me know if you did. I had a couple of, I had one knife this week. Did I? Yes, one knife this week. No, 2. I got a gift in yesterday. So well, I'll show you them in a wee minute. I think most of you have seen one of them, which is my new Ashley Harrison, but we'll have a wee chat about that in a minute. And I've got 2 small fixed blades out here. I don't know if anybody likes fixed blades, but I'm doing a video tomorrow on my fixed blade collection. One of my subs asked for me to do it, and I thought, why not? How's Paddy going? Keep him well. Keep him well, Sam. Thank you. A Giant Mouse GMF1. Oh, lovely. Very nice. I mean, I've Giant Mouse, since I got this wee Farley, these are just fantastic knives. It's a great little EDC, UK friendly. Got the new drop point UK PK. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'd forgotten I sort of had these. I haven't been putting them in my pocket. I was thinking the other day I'm going to buy a wee one from a pocket. And then I found these. They're perfect for in the pocket. This one was a gift. Look at this one here. Sorry, it's scratched. It's not scratched. It's just where it goes into this Kydex sheath. But it wipes off. Fantastic little knife to get a grip on. And with this finger choil, it's fantastic. Justin, how you doing? Very welcome. Justin's just a newcomer around. He's never been to this channel before. Howdy, Byron. How are you doing? It's nice to see you, my friend. It's on the fixed blade share would be great. Yes, I'm going to do the video tomorrow for it. And Justin has just uploaded. We done a answering your questions. If you follow our podcast, if you don't, why not? But if you do, we uploaded one during the week there. It'll be up probably tomorrow. I'll put it up tomorrow, the podcast, where we answered some of your questions that you'd asked. So again, we're doing this podcast about once a fortnight where it's me, Justin and Dan. And every couple of months, we'll do answering your questions. And that's what this podcast was about. It's a lovely podcast on for about an hour. It'll be up tomorrow night. And then I'll be tomorrow on videoing my fixed blades, which I have far more than I actually thought. And some really nice ones. This is a lovely little one. I'm not even sure of the make. If anybody can see, it looks like, is it RSK? Can you see? I don't know whether you can see that. Let me just, I'll tell you what. Why don't it be intelligent? Here we go. That's what's on it. I've never seen that before. Has anybody seen that logo? There. RSK, is that what it says? But it's an absolutely cracker. G10 handle. The blade steel is D2. There's a number on it. The 127. The second. And D2. But absolutely lovely. Just thick enough. Rounded spine. Great jimping. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to carry that this week to see how I get on with it as my secondary knife. And then I find this wee one. Oh, let's get back out again. I find this wee one was just a cheap CRKT, but what a great little knife. This is a Carson design, the F4, and I don't know, it doesn't tell me, it's probably 8CR13, but a beautiful little knife. And this lanyard came with it, and it really gives you a 4-finger grip. Super little knife. So I think over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to start carrying these wee ones and seeing how I get on with them. Does anybody else carry a small fixed blade in the UK? Real steel lies. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. That would get you in trouble with the police. Is there anybody in general likes to carry a small fixed blade? Hey, Paddy, nice to see you. I'm doing well. Yes, STX, it has been a long while because you're a long time sub. And I'll tell you what, I don't know whether anybody else with a YouTube channel, for the last 6 months, I have gained 100 subs because every time I got 10, they took 9 off me. And I don't know whether that's just old subs that don't comment anymore, but just check if you're watching this or spread it about to anybody, all the other channels. And this last week, I've had 30 odd, so it seems to have stopped, thank goodness. Fixed blades are for housewives. I carry a bowie knife. William, I know you do. You do carry big knives. But I must admit, I was so pleased with how many fixed blades I have to do the review on that. It's the most I think I've ever had. So I'll do that tomorrow, and that'll be up probably Wednesday or something on the channel. And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, if there's any knives you want to see or for me to talk about, please do. COVID has changed my browsing. I'm mostly a TikTok now, but it's nice to see KnifeTube is still going. I've never tried TikTok. It seems a bit too advanced for me. I know my grandchildren all love TikTok. Oh, there's Daniel. My goodness, my two buddies from the podcast are in the chat. They never follow me. They never come, and I've cried so much now that they decided to turn up today. I do when camping or gardening. Yes, that's when I do. Obviously, I would never do anything illegal. Only ever carry out a classic SD side knife in the UK. It's nuclear up. Oh gosh, I couldn't let just. You only ever carry out a classic CD? Oh no. I carry all my UK legal ones. This being one of my new ones. I hope you have seen this. What a beautiful knife. This is my latest Ashley Harrison custom. I just love it. And I said this was not going to get carried that much. It is already. I just love it. It's so beautiful. Really, really lovely in hand and a beautiful blade. The CRKT, yeah, it's a lovely little knife, just to even leave in a kitchen drawer, you know, when you want to cut boxes or anything up. A really nice little knife. Really pleased with it. Very firm retention too, no rattle. And I'm sure it doesn't cost much. Now, a little bit of news. Let's give you a little bit of news. Okay. I've talked about the podcast, and this Monday night we have James from Twisted Assisted. James runs Twisted, which is his company buys and orders knives from Chinese OEMs up until now. Here's some of them. Here was the Bestech Junzi, which is fantastic. He also brought out this traditional knife, which again, fantastic. You can see their logo on there. Let me get this up. You can see the Twisted Assisted logo. Come on. No, can't get it up there. Anyway, it's a Twisted Assisted. This is fantastic. They're all budget price knives, which are absolutely outstanding. And he's now trying to get UK dealers to produce some knives for him. So I'm really looking forward to that. This is another Bestech one. This is the Twisted Tulip, which I think is a great name for a knife. A little front flipper box opener. I got brass scales for it, which he does. And he does multiple scales for most knives. Not the traditional, of course, but the Junzi. So he's coming on. If you've got any questions for him, once I upload this video or an any video next week, just a question that you would like to ask him. What's his plans for the future? You know, anything you want to ask at all. And we will put that very question to him next Monday night when we do the interview, which is usually up about 2 to 3 days after the podcast is recorded. So, now you're all very quiet now. Come on. What else have I got to show you this week? Oh, I got a new from my mate Dan over at Blade Bridge Limited. He sent me this. Well, I probably nagged him enough that he sent me it because I'm trying now to collect other companies that make Swiss Army knives like this Spartan. He's just jealous of mine. Then he had to go one better working a back spring. Justin, he's not your friend anymore. So this is Spartan. This is a normal Spartan and this one is a German-made Spartan from Soligen. Now, I want you to notice there is a difference in the size of the scales to the knives. This is slimmer. It doesn't have a key ring post, but the only other marking, hang on. The only other marking on this, and this is so well made. This is not a Chinese knockoff, let me tell. This is, let me just get it up there. It says, I'll just tell you, it's Inox Soligen Germany, but it's the name on there, P-U-T-S-C-H, Putsch. I don't know whether that's the company or they were an advertising knife, but it is a fantastic Spartan, so well made. Oh, sorry about that. So well made. A 5-ringed corkscrew with that lovely bend in it. An absolutely beautiful knife. Really, really well made. The nicest bit for me, it's got the little clip point as the small pen blade. Beautifully made. Absolutely beautiful. Listen to that snap. Have you got any Ganzos in the last few years? Sticks? No, I haven't really got many Ganzos now. You sort of have to move along when you're a YouTube channel. I still have a few. I still have my favourite ones. I'll come back to that. I still have my favourite Ganzos. Where are they? Here we go. Here's one of them. This is the one that you'll know very well. I still have this one. And what else have I got? I don't have many more Ganzos anymore. I think I have another one somewhere, but I can't put my hand on it at the minute. But I do still love Ganzo knives. They're fantastic knives, but I've sort of just had to move with the times. Thank you for those who have already hit the like button. I really appreciate that. Please, everybody do. Sub if you like, and share, which would be great. Ever had an LT Wright fixed blade bushcraft? No, I haven't had an LT Wright. I would love an LT Wright at some stage, but to be honest, they are an expensive knife. For me, it'd be an expensive knife to have, and I don't bushcraft anymore. And to be honest with you, what I do have is Brother Knives sent me a lot of, I've got lots of other bushcraft knives. This one is one of my favourite for down here at the caravan, because this one's in 440C micarta. Great blade stock, so I can take it down the beach if I want to cut up branches or anything like that, just down, sit and play. So it's stainless steel. It's not going to rust as much as a carbon steel fixed blade. So I love this. Really great knife from Brother, and they do the fixed blades with a sheath. I've got this on side draw. I carry it down to the beach, usually under a coat, and this comes complete with the tech lock. Absolutely fantastic. So I have a knife finding plea for the guy. I'm desperate to find a Cunard liner commemorative knife of any of the ships. Do you know, I think I've seen that up on Instagram. Maybe you've advertised there. Well, I hope somebody can help you. Please help him if you can. It's not something I've ever come across at all. So yeah, bushcraft knife. This is absolutely super for me. I don't, Brother are like Ganzo's, higher quality, Big Brother. Yeah, I think they are a really good quality, I have to say. And they sent me a stack of these at one stage. I've given most of them away, but I've still got a couple that I keep. I have a carbon steel one for bushcrafting and stuff, and I have that 440C one for down at the beach. Hello, John. Just checking in from Southern California. Hello, John. You are so welcome. Please stick around and ask any questions you like. They aren't expensive knives, but I've only seen them sold on Etsy. Well, I get all my Brother knives from China. If you go on AliExpress, you can pick up them bushcraft knives for about 30, 35 quid. And all right, it takes a bit of time to come to you, but absolutely, order them over the winter. They'll be here for next summer. It can take 6 to 8 weeks normally, but they're just fantastic quality. San Remo are awesome as well. Yeah, I mean, I really used to get the San Remo knives when I first started the channel, but again, like everything, I sort of move on as we keep going through this weird and wonderful life. What is like you, William? Yeah. So, any questions from you? Oh, sorry. Let's get back to this. See, this is why I'm so bad at this live format. This is a German made. If anybody knows if that name on the main blade is the maker from Germany. Again, I'll put that up and let you see it. P-U-T-S-C-H, Pooch. I don't know if that's the maker. That's the only other marking on the knife. But listen to that. And it's got brass liners, which are just fantastic. It's got on the back here, it also has the owl, which is a really lovely owl. Is it sharpened much? No, but it comes down to let me just show you. It comes down to a real good point. So it'll go through leather belts or anything. Really nicely made, thinner scales, but feel very solid. I have to say there's no movement in this, no markings on the outside. So I'm going to keep it like that. I don't want to put another cover on it because this is obviously the way it came, I would have thought. But it's a Spartan, a little bit thinner than a Spartan, just ever so little, but the same blades. I love it, absolutely love it. And I said I'd want to show Dan. Where did I put it? I have a knife in here somewhere to show Dan. Where? Here it is. Now, Mark, good morning. 2 of you from California. I hope the sun's out. Paddy, what make is a small front flipper with the brass scales you showed earlier? That's from Twisted Assisted. If you go on Instagram, the Twisted Assisted, it'll lead you through to the shop where you can buy one. You can, I don't know whether you can buy it with the brass scales, but go and check. I got the just plain G10 scales, and then you can buy a brass scales to go on them, but they might just sell them on. Go and check that out for yourself. Twisted Assisted. As I say, James is on the channel, the podcast. We're doing an interview with him on Monday, which will be up on Wednesday. So if you have the Twisted Assisted Tulip by Best Tech, but this is the one that's the make that they do over here, or the type of it is only for the UK. You can't buy that even on Twisted on Best Tech site. These are specifically for the UK. Oh, hi, how you doing? I love to see people from around the world. Now, what else can I chitter about? Been loving this. I'm sorry, but this is still my most carried knife. I do change regularly, but I normally have 2, and this one is invariably one of the 2. It is absolutely, it's getting a beating. I really am using this one to the max. It's only a few weeks old. But you see with this easy open choil, my third finger just fits right in there, and it makes it such a comfortable carry. And for the price, my God, you can do whatever you want with this. Absolutely fantastic. I got this on Instagram from Ashley Harrison, £50. It was a prototype, so there's no name or anything on it, but it's perfect in every way. Just hanging there like whether or not wanted or not. Byron, you're always wanted. Always wanted. Hi, Paddy from Nova Scotia. Daniel, you're really, really welcome. I've been to Nova Scotia myself when I was in the Navy. Where was it? Did I go in Nova Scotia? Halifax we went to, and I also went to Vancouver, and we also stayed on a little island called Nanaimo. It's a little island off Vancouver Island, Nanaimo, which was a lumberjacks island, which is another story completely. Was a fantastic 4 or 5 days we had there, just living with the lumberjacks. And even the bar in the town had swing doors like the old Western. There was one nurse who was the medic on the island. It was like a general store. It was just a ball. When we left, we came alongside a wooden jetty. I was just on a frigate, which is a smaller ship, wooden jetty. When we left, all the boys that we'd been drinking with in the bar for the 4 or 5 days, actually, the lumberjacks all come down to the jetty, and we had taught them sailor songs, and they stood in the jetty and sang the songs as the ship was leaving. It was amazing. It was a real rough and ready place. I loved it. My kind of place. Loved it. And Vancouver itself, just a beautiful big city. We were there when the snow was there. It was about 4 foot of snow, and people were advised not to go out. But sadly, we went out quite a lot. It was really good. It was really good. That's where I had my first B-52 drink. I can't remember what the base drink was, but you had I think it was a rum or a whiskey in a shot glass, and you dropped it into the main glass and then sank it in one. B-52. I can remember being very, very stuck in a snow mound when I come out of the pub. I could hardly walk after that. It was great. In your Navy days, did you visit HMS Warrior? I used to work there. Oh, many a time, Trevor. Well, not many a time, but yes. And my son was in the Navy too. I was Guz-based on all my frigates. But obviously I was a naval policeman, which you're not going to like either, but I was a naval policeman, so I'd done that training in Portsmouth. And I'd done shore patrol quite a bit in Portsmouth as well. So if you're a bad boy between, when did I changed the naval police in 82 and was there until 89. The cleaver in front of me. What cleaver? Do you mean this fixed blade one, this wee fixed blade? Next to your card. Oh, this here. Sorry, yes. This is an Ashley Harrison. This is a custom I had made from him. Well, he had made this and I bought it when he put it up on Instagram. It is a stunning, just like a razor knife. You can sneak up there if you want, but it's a really good backspring, so you can cut from back here. Look, it's so beautiful. I don't use it for much cutting at all. It's more just a lovely showpiece to me. I really do love it. And this was the first time he had done all the fancy, can't think what you call that. There's nothing new. So it really is the most beautiful knife. Gizmo Carr, how you doing? You're very welcome, young man. Hell of a backspring on it. So he says to everyone, here's grey and underway. Where was that stayed? Where was it docked, the Theodore Roosevelt? I'm trying to think. Fort Lauderdale. Did I see that there when I was in Fort Lauderdale? Or could I have done? Might just have. Because I was really lucky in the Navy. I got to travel up and down both sides of the United States. It's my favorite place ever. I had some of the best times of my life was in America. Like Canada was exactly the same, nearly. The way I look at it is Canadians are that little bit quieter than Americans. Does that make sense without being rude? Damascus, sorry, yes. I don't mean that in any way at all rude, but Canada seemed to be like a quieter version of America. Now, in them days, I was wild, so I went for the wild. Paddy, you probably been asked before, did you get your class wee spinner from? That wee spinner was from, it's a boy that now makes knives. I think he does spinners as well. Oh, I can't think of his blooming name. He makes those quite odd shaped knives. I can't remember. If his name comes to me, I'll do it. But dear. He's somewhere from the Far East. He's from himself. Absolutely gentleman. But that was one that he had sent me when he was first doing them. And I love this spinner. This is a great. It's the only one I've left out of. I got into that spinner phase, but this one is just an absolute beauty. I take it with me if I'm going to sit in hospitals or doctor's surgeries. It's on ball bearings. Beautiful little spinner. Love it. If I think of his name, if not, I'll put I'll pin it to the top of this. When I upload this, I'll pin it to the top of it. Pete Jackson, how are you doing? Before I call it, I hope you're having a great one. Lovely to see you, Pete. Haven't seen you for ages. Lovely to see you. Joshua, I like your new jockey. Jason Brown. Yes, Mark. Jason Brown. I didn't know Jason Brown, to be honest with you. Green Navy, please. I hope he's a Marine. Jason Brown passed away. Apparently, he was involved in all the live chats in America. A really, really nice man. There's GoFundMe pages up. If you go over to some of the American channels, they've got a way forward to get the GoFundMe. He left a 7-year-old daughter and a wife. Really, really sad. Very, very sad, I have to say. There was a couple of people died. Was it somebody from Protec? One of the owners of Protec, I'm not sure, that passed away this last couple of weeks. But apparently Jason Brown was just a phenomenal sub to have. He just came into all and was positive, happy, cheerful. Such a sad thing. I think it was a car crash he was in by a suspended driver. The finger hole might make it a bit weak. To be honest with you, Gizmo, no, definitely does not make it weak. This knife is not, you can actually sneak up there if you wanted to. But no, for all the work you would do in this, I don't believe this will be weak. It's a good thickness of stock. Really, really well done, I have to say. Nobody's come back with a name for it. I don't know what that, I showed that. Maybe you'll know, Gizmo, if I put that up to you. That's the only marking on it. And it's like RSK. It's a beautiful, beautiful knife. Really well made in D2. And a fantastic sheath, which makes no noise whatsoever when you rattle it. Super little knife. Damn designs. That was it. Whoever said that, well done. Damn designs. That's what he made those. I don't know whether he still has them. Maybe it's worth going to his site. Personally, I'd got very friendly in the beginning, but his knives were not for me. So I decided there's no point promoting something that you weren't over keen on yourself. And I wish him every success. He is a true gentleman. He really is. True gentleman. But sometimes we have to be a wee bit honest. Love your CRKT. I'm actually going to buy one of the new minimalists because they've gone up to 8CR13, which is brilliant. I had one of the original ones. One of my kids bought it me for Christmas, but it was like butter knife. You couldn't keep it sharp. Aaron Hogue, that's who was killed. He was killed. I knew he passed away, but I didn't know he had got a Manly City and S9 TV with 3D skills the other day. Really do fancy that knife, I'll have to say. Any new Rough Riders? No, but there is a few that I'm going to be ordering probably this week coming. As soon as they get them in, the trouble is over here, you have to wait for the knives to come from the States. And there's a couple of the new patterns of Rough Riders which don't have the big R's. Plane crash. Oh my goodness. I wonder if he knew the other fellow that does the big knives. My brain is gone. Medford, he used to race planes as well. I wonder if they were chums. Very sad. Enjoy it for today. That is the motto. Hard to do, but it's the motto. Yes, the other knife that I had showed, I wanted to show Dan this. Dan, look at this baby. Have you ever seen one of these? Is it a Pradle? Somebody had said to me once before. Let me just get this open. It's got, look at that old-fashioned saw. I don't know what era this is from, but maybe Dan will help me. It looks like Veritable England, it's saying on the front, but somebody had said it was Pradle, which is a French company, I believe. Oh, there's no markings on it at all. Lovely little clip blade on it. I'll show this to you, Dan. This is the one I wanted this to go with, and this is the start of my non-Swiss Army knives. But it's beautiful. I couldn't even remember. I found this. It has the quarter round, which I'd looked for in the knife that you sent me. But it has this fantastic tool. Sometimes I use a leather slip and carry a slip joint around my neck. Yeah, that's a great way to carry. Do you see this? It's a screwed end on it obviously for woodworking. I would thought more to screw in to get a screw started into a bit of hardwood, say. But fantastic. And yes, you got but really, really lovely knife. So that's my two that I'm so excited about. And Dan, who's in the talk there, Dan is the Dan from Blade Bridge Limited. Anything sack knives you want to buy or him to find for you, hit him up on Instagram. He will find something if he can, even if it takes a bit of time. But he has a great selection of sacks, usually all the time. But go on and ask him if there's something you specifically want. I know he's really good to his customers, which is why I promote him so much. Because I'm still a bit nervous on Instagram and them sort of other channels for buying and selling. What else have I got down here? Oh, I wanted to talk about this. I got this a couple of weeks ago, and Justin, I've had this for a few days, or about 4 days there, having a look at it. This is my titty out. This is just, it's only about a 5 pull on it. This is a number 43, an absolute beast of a knife. It's just gorgeous. Really, really bone handle. They call it frontier bone. I've done just a box opening on it, but I'm going to do the review this week. As you can see, I'm already using this. I'm not cleaning it. To me, this is just a fantastic work knife. And the ricasso's high enough that it's not going to close on me. So that 5 pull doesn't worry me. Sometimes you get these big knives and they put such a stiff pull on them, but this is really easy open. Absolutely about a 5. Beautiful knife. So I'm really looking forward to doing the review on this because, you know, this is definitely a work knife I could use all day long, and it's UK legal, and it doesn't look like it, but let me just get my wee ruler. I just want to show you the, do you know, I lied right through my teeth. It is not UK legal. I don't care. It's a cracking knife. It's just over the 3 inches cutting edge. So there you go. The 43 is not UK legal. There's something I have taught myself. I just love this knife, though. This will get used a lot. Big beastie of a knife. It is, let me just do that again. I should have done that. When it's closed, it is about 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/4 when it's closed. Beautiful knife. But the frontier bone, it doesn't take well in pictures, but you can see it's smooth and shiny. But when I get pictures, this looks very dark and bland, but it's not. It is gorgeous. Remind me of a sort of Appaloosa bone, that beautiful, vivid color. I just love it. Not even close to legal. No, it was over 3 inches. Well, it was close to me. Sometimes when you're older, you can't read the rulers right, so I can make mistakes. Is that a 3 inch from bolster? Or John, it's a about 3 1/8 cutting edge, so it's not UK legal. Not that it matters. I love it. I use it about the house. Obviously, this is all house dirt. Right, I'm putting it away. But here is a UK legal one. If you want, this is another beautiful knife. Not as heavy duty. This is number 73. I'll do this just to make sure that you believe me this time, because I can tell fibs. This is under 3 inches cutting edge. So this is perfectly UK legal, a lot thinner than the bigger one. I'll show you the difference. They're like two beautiful knives with beautiful drop point blade shapes. This is more of nearly a clip, but look at the difference in the handle size and the blade size. This blade is just so sexy, and look at the difference in the thickness. But this is UK legal, so this drop point I just adore. And this is Appaloosa bone, which looks, well, you know, it is that sort of color, isn't it? Tell me I'm not going mad. It's just a lot of darker bits in this, but there's dark down here. But it's beautiful. Beautiful knife. So that's the 43 and the 73. Remember, the 43 is not here. What is the page name to follow on Instagram for the sack fella? It's Blade Bridge Limited. Blade Bridge Limited. And that's our Dan. And I can't recommend him enough. Mostly secondhand stuff. Sometimes he has like new in box, but it's mostly secondhand stuff. And if you're going to buy a sack to use, why pay the full price? And his prices, let me tell you, before, I know he's on here, but his prices are the keenest prices I've come across. And he cleans them. A lot of them he cleans, and he sharpens them, oils them before you get them. So please feel confident to buy with Paddy's blessing. Oh, I had to have a drink. But looking for UK legal slip route with the longest blade as possible. Something traditional. I would love something for travel. What's a good one that I can recommend? There's a UK legal one from Twisted Assisted. This is a traditional knife. I'll do this one's only about £40 or something, I think. It's in VG10 from Twisted Assisted. It is well under 3 inches cutting edge. There's the 3 inches there, and there's the knife coming up to it. So it's well under the 3 inches cutting. Well under it. It's 2 3/4 cutting edge, basically. Beautiful knife. Really, really lovely. Carbon fiber. I think it's about 40, somewhere around the £40. Beautiful knife. Centering right up the hey diddle diddle. Fit and finish. Immaculate. It's made in China, but I don't know where. But a really, really solid knife for that price. Absolutely. And a lanyard hole as well. So, Gert, if that's something that pleases you, get over to Twisted Assisted on Instagram and then follow the lead to their shop and you can buy. All his knives are UK legal. This is another one, a little bit dearer, £60. This is the Best Tech Junzi. The Best Tech Junzi is about 220 odd pound. This one is 60 quid. The difference being this is D2 and the Junzi, the Best Tech one is, I think it's S35VN or something. This is in micarta. Just an absolutely beautiful UK legal, much smaller blade. You wouldn't get stopped at all for this. Let me just show you this. Oh, let me just show you. This is well under 3 inches from the bolster up. You can see from the bolster up, it is well under the 3 inches. So you would have absolutely no problem with that. And it's one of the best £60 knives I've ever had. Second-hand Dan has to stay now. Great. Second-hand Dan. Do you know, that's a good one. He has a nickname. We just call him Dan the Sack on our podcast. And he's a great fellow on the podcast. He's a great ranter. But Second-hand Dan, that is great. That goes with his gypsy clothing image. Absolutely fantastic. Whoever said that, top of the class. I think that was Trev. Second-hand Dan. What do you think, Dan? He's probably gone now. He hates watching my videos. Trev, it was. Well done. Second-hand Dan. We're going to change that on our podcast. I think Justin will like that too. As we call him the gypsy, because he always comes on the podcast in a vest. So, Second-hand Dan is brilliant. No, Byron said it won't take... Oh, what was that? No, Byron said it won't take credit. Don't know what you mean. Am I in the middle of a I see Best Tech has a budget line. Best Tech man. I seen that last night. I haven't watched the video, but I've seen it up on the people that I watch, so I'll get to check that tonight. Look, they're all doing budget now because Civivi just beat the market to death. I mean, Civivi just went bananas there. And what's the other one? There's another one as well. They're just knocking it, but they're doing about 3 a week. I can't keep up with that nonsense. I don't even want to anymore. I did in the beginning, but I don't want to now. It's like when I was doing Ganzos and San Ramus, they were the in thing, and I was buying them every week. Six gun slinging, a buck in your lingo, my French friend, one of our great British primes. I haven't a clue. It must be another question going on in there. What else have I got? I'll tell you. I'm going to do a little review of some of the knives that I've had recently. You know, these ones, just to let you know how they are after proper use, not just a week and then doing a review. This has now become a channel staple. I will not be getting rid of this. This is a Russian make. This is the Cherbakov Stritch, which is absolutely M390 brass-coloured titanium. Not dark brass, but really makes a difference. I love it. The best pocket clip I think I've ever had. Slips in and out, absolutely beautiful. It is a liner lock, which I'm now preferring much more over frame locks. You don't have to worry about where your fingers are. This is in the Chris Reeve style of knife. It is just so smooth, but it's not drop shot. I don't want this drop shot. This is a knife where I release and then it just beautiful detent, absolutely stunning knife. You can flick it out. I just love it. Love, love, love it. If I could carry a lock and knife, this would be in my pocket every day. It honestly, I've had Chris Reeve, so I'm not saying this just as a way of saying things, but this to me, because of it, it's so simple and plain that I actually think I prefer this over the small Sebenza. But I'm going to try next year probably to get myself a small Sebenza and then put it up against this. It's just a gorgeous knife, a little bit bigger than a small Sebenza, but not as big as the full Sebenza. But I listen to that. It's just gorgeous. I think William and the boys are having an afternoon drink. I'm convinced of it. Some of this conversation, I wish you feel. Yeah, so do we. But sure, it's life. Do you know what I mean? It's just life. You get used to it. When I was a young boy and I walked about with big knives like this, nobody would have said anything. And then came the troubles and it all changed. Play nicely, Justin. Yes, I just love this. So I'm going to do a review on them and just talk about them a bit more, because sometimes I do the review and then they go away and you don't really see them for 6 months or a year. But I want to talk about the latest ones I've got, because some of them are just fantastic and I don't want to just let them go. And I usually find that with something I'm going to keep, and after sort of I've had them for 3 months, they're usually going to stay about for a while. I think I'm going to do reviews again on why they're sticking in my collection, which is probably every bit as much as why I bought one in the first place. I'm still looking for a number 71 bullnose for under 150. Well, the bullnose over here in the UK is usually between 80 and 100 pound, which is between about $70 and $120, somewhere in that line. And to be honest with you, they're nearly cheaper to buy your knives over here on the UK slip joint channels. America's prices on GEC are way up the ladder compared to us. And some people in America are getting 3 times the price. Here you're lucky to get back what you paid for. It's funny how that works in life. But then you have to pay shipping and tax and whatever to go from here over. So it probably wouldn't work out any cheaper. Here in the sector, I decided what a gun and knife I'm going to carry for the day. Yeah, I would love to carry a gun. I would love to carry a gun. I would love to carry a lock and knife. But it's like I was just saying, you have to just put it out of your head. It's not going to happen here ever. I don't believe it ever is. Here's another knife that will be sticking about in my... No fixed blade in general. Well, you can use fixed blades if you're going to bushcraft or you're working. If you're a working man that requires you use a knife, you can get away with it. Oh, here is my... This is a UK PK. Well, this is the one with a saber grind, hollow saber. Beautiful knife in titanium scales, and the coating on this anodized clip. Absolutely beautiful clip. Deep carry. This is one of the... Again, it's another one of those great EDC carries for people over here. You've got a good solid knife that you can do as much work as you like with. Just a beautiful UK legal knife. So, rather than a Delica, which this is very similar to, better ergonomics because you have the forward choil. So much better ergonomics in this than the Spyderco Delica. And just a fantastic knife. And with that forward choil, you cannot close this on yourself. So hopefully we'll have a few Cherubicus on my channel over the next few months. I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it at all. But this is just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fun. Love this. I didn't think it would, but I really do. I hear Sheffield knives are dang good. Well, do you want to know? Like everything else, not all are great, but some are better than others. I recommend Ashley Harrison because that's who I get most of mine from. But Lee White at Taylor's Eyewitness, fantastic. Stephen Cocker. There's just other people out there. Ian, what's it called? Ian Underwood is another one. There's dealers, and you just have to find out who you like the best. But you can't go wrong with a Sheffield maker normally. Of the ones those that I just give out the names. This is an Ashley Harrison. This is one of the ones he makes. He was doing a prototype and I got this. It's got an easy open notch, beautiful spear point. The steel is 01 on Ashley's Customs normally. 01's a great steel. I love it. This is another one of Ashley's. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful knife. I love Ashley's clip points. I think they're the nicest in the business. And let's see what else have I got at hand. Yes, there we go. There is a Taylor's Eyewitness made by Lee White. This one's in wood. Oh, God, I can't even think of the name of the wood now. Somebody will come in with the name of that wood. Oh, I can't think what the name is. But another beautiful knife. And here we have a Stephen Cocker. They all make slightly different knives. There's a Stephen Cocker, a thinner clip. This is wood that he jigs himself. It's a green wood that he dyes green. Beautiful knife. The jigging is gorgeous. I would love that jigging on bone the next time I pick one up. And just to throw in one of my last ones, Ian Underwood and Stephen Cocker. I have one knife of each, so I can't really do, but that's a beautiful knife made by Ian Underwood. Beautiful. Just love them. So yeah, but my main recommend is Ashley. I love Ashley. Just because I've got to know him as a person, him and his dad. I really do like them. There's a podcast. If you go back in my channel, there's a podcast with Ashley Harrison on it. We've done an interview with him. Fantastic interview. Please go back and watch that. And it'll let you know a little more insight into the Sheffield knife making. Do you have a Rough Rider Trapper? I know I have, but I don't know whether I've got one here. Yes, I do. I have no, that's not the Trapper. Here's the Trapper. Here we have. I have this Trapper here. The copper. Beautiful big Trapper. I just wish it didn't have the big R. And the other thing I wish they didn't have these forward openers here. I just do not like them at all. This is fine back here. You don't need two on any knife, in my opinion. Again, it ruins the look of that clip for me, having the nail neck there. I wish we would get rid of that and just keep it here, because this is so easy to open from back here. But beautiful snap on it and a lovely solid knife. Look at the fit and finish in that. Absolutely flawless, that one. I hear off for making carbon knives. Yeah, they always sort of have, but just few and far between. Maybe not always have, but they have for quite a while. Have I got a carbon one here? I don't think I have. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry. This is a carbon, one of the carbon ones that they came out with. This is a beautiful. This is a sway back with a lovely ram's foot blade. Just a great working knife. Really good working knife. And especially if you're pulling this way. Beautiful knife. And this is in carbon. I think that's the only carbon one I have at the moment. There might be an odd one in there somewhere. Thanks, Paddy. The green micarta one looks a little different, but good for what I'm looking. The green micarta. Did you mean this one? This is wood. I'll have to say now, this is wood. If that was what you were talking about. Not sure. Six Gun, love a Trapper. Oh, Justin loves a Trapper, yeah. Wouldn't be my favourite pattern, to be honest. I prefer the single-bladed knives, like a slim Trapper. This sort of thing, this is a Shatton Morgan. Really, really nice. Beautiful wood on that. I don't even know what the wood is, but really lovely. That's a slim Trapper that I like. You know, I just like single-bladed ones. This one's just gorgeous in hand. It's slim, but you've got enough handle that you can spread your fingers out and get a really nice secure grip. I love this one now. This would be one of my favorite Shot and Morgan knives, all except for that shield, which is wonky as normal. Justin, that's what I've been. All the cowboys out there have in use. Hey, there's a lot of cowboys out there, let me tell you. And we've got a few over here. Now, have I got any? There's another. Gert was asking for a UK legal knife. There's another one I would highly recommend. The beautiful Rough Rider Reserve Barlow in D2. That is a solid knife to take anywhere at all. Great big forward, great big choil here. Not a choil, ricasso that your finger gets up, again, making it really, really safe. But a lovely, lovely knife. Good blade stock on it. You could take that traveling anywhere because it's well under 3 inches. I think it's only about 2.5 inches cutting edge. There we go. Now, we're on 51 minutes. I'm going to sit back now, and if there's any questions, I'll answer them. That broad blade will be good for spreading on bread. It's a great peanut butter spreader, Gert. You are right. But there is a better one on the market, Gert. If you are going to spend a few quid, this is my peanut butter spreader. This was the Jack Wolf Knives K9, the dog leg. And look at that fat blade. That is a butter spreader. Expensive bloody butter spreader, but it is a beautiful knife. A beautiful knife. Here's another one. Sorry, this is a high-end one. This is the Pena slip joint. I need to do an updated review on this. I've fallen in love with this. Absolutely stunning. Again, expensive, but you get what you pay for. This is an absolutely stunning knife. Stunning. Pena is the man. I really want one of his top flippers now, just for my own personal collection. Hello, Rhino. Sorry you missed it. I've only got about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm going to have to head on. I have to make a chili for tomorrow. Sally has been making the Sunday dinner now. We're having a full whole chicken, and then I'm making a chili for tomorrow. What am I thought on Boker and Atlas multi-tool? The Boker and Atlas multi-tool. Let me see. Funny, I was here. There we go. Is it this one you have? This is San Remo, who I believe make the Boker knives as well. Is it this the one you're talking about with the? This one has the knife, beautiful knife, 12C27. I think the Boker's exactly the same. This one has a lovely big pair of scissors. I think that's the Atlas, but they're made by San Remo. This is their own one. They call this the partner. It's a little bit cheaper getting them from China, but they knew this was a good thing. This is a fantastic work. If you work at a desk or even at home in a drawer for your missus to pick out, beautiful knife. Deepish carry pocket clip as well. UK legal. So yes, I love them if that's what you mean. This sits at my desk all the time now. Do you still have the single blade sow belly? The single blade sow belly. Single blade sow belly. Trying to think which one that was. A single blade sow belly. Why am I not getting this? Where's a sow belly? I'm sure I have a sow belly somewhere. Single blade sow belly. No, I can't see it anywhere. Can't see a single blade sow belly. Gizmo, do you remember what make it was? I can't remember what make your single bladed sow belly. The only sow belly I can really think of, which was the Rough Rider Stockman. Single bladed sow belly. I can't get that into my head which one that was. cannot get it in my head. Single blade sow belly. Don't think I have. No, I don't think. If Gizmo, you can come back in there, let me know what make it was. I can't think of it at all. Okay, folks, I'm going to close up. I say I'm going to have to go and cook some food. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming along. I really, really appreciate it. Please hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subbed, please stick a sub on there. I'd love to see you every week and with all my other videos. And remember, tomorrow night the podcast goes up, which is where we answered 3 of your questions in full. Thank you so much for coming along. Goodbye to everybody, and I'll see you next week. All the very best. Paddy's away. Bye now. Cheerio now. Cheers, William, Daniel, Gert, Paul, Daniel, Rhino. Bye-bye now. Cheerio.